My name is Heather Winklejohn. I am the president of the IncredABLE Adaptive MMA program and run the day-to-day aspects of the program. So we started the program last May, but it took about a year prior to that just to get everything organized and start the ball rolling. So many kids benefit from this program. We have children with physical limitations, lack of use of their legs. We have children that have medical issues. We have children with Down syndrome, autism, you name it. And we also have a class of at-risk youth, which is the area that we're really trying to expand.
My name is Daniel Gonzalez. I've been involved with the Adaptive MMA program coming up on a year. The program has helped me with the self-confidence side of things. I am, building up like more physical strength as far as balance and learning how to shift, body weight when boxing and moving around. But I think self-confidence was more important than that. From the coaching point of view and helping the next person, that's just solid evidence that a person with physical mobility issues can do this sport. I'll get out there in the cage or on the mats and show the next person that this can be done.
They call me Will, but my full name is Wilfredo Santiago. But a lot of people get it messed up out here, so I just say call me Will. Adaptive MMA, I'm one of the coaches, and I consider myself kind of a liaison to Mr. and Mrs. Winklejohn and the rest of the team. I have prior experience working with at-risk teams and also people forced with challenges. From my understanding, it's a vision of Heather, and it's a goal of hers, and I want to help her complete that goal and that vision.
So my goal for this program is to make sure that children, youth with disabilities or challenges are not left out, sitting on the sidelines. My goal is to build their confidence and include them in a sport that is one of the fastest growing sports, and teach them so many of the skills that the sport embodies. And in addition, I want to reach that at-risk youth population, because so many of our athletes here were at one time in trouble, at risk, and this has changed their lives.
Well, we all have a story. My story is I'm 36 years old. I'm 35 years old. I'm gonna be 36 in a few weeks. As I met you guys earlier, I stated today was my 10th year anniversary from being out of prison. When I was 15 years old, I come from a broken home, dysfunctional background. Both my mom and dad went to prison at a real young age. I had to go live with older brothers and sisters. We got involved in gangs. Well, most of my brothers were gang affiliated, and that's what I looked up to. I was 15 years old, telling grown men what to do. Something I'm not proud of, but that was a lifestyle that I went into. Eventually I ended up going to prison, where I spent close to 10 years, if not maybe a little bit more in between. Of years of my life in prison. For some reason, there was a lot of like self-help health books in the prison where I was at, and something told me just to gravitate towards them. So one of the things that I didn't know, all I had to do was dig deep. I had my own answers to my own questions, and I thought before I was always looking for questions, and I didn't know that I had the own answers. With the help of those books and other people and myself wanting to make a change, I was able to make a change. Fighting has always been a part of my life. I've always been wanting to fight since I was a kid. It's always been a childhood dream of mine. My mom used to tell me stories about one of my uncles that was the first cruiserweight champion for Puerto Rico back in, I think it was 1975. My dad was a wrestler. It runs in the family. And I've always wanted to fight since I was a kid. And I got caught up in the street, so I couldn't excel at that because I was already caught up. But when I came out, I was a changed man. I was like, what am I good at? And I've always been good at fighting. And I applied, and I was doing real good. Had some injuries for a while, came back, and then I won 2 fights. In my second fight, I won a belt. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this 100%. I'm going to take it serious. I talked to my coach back home. I said, listen, I want to do some cross training. What schools would you recommend for me to do the cross training too. And one of the first schools that he came out and said to me was Jackson Wink MMA. And then, mind you, I had not showed him the email that I had got from Jackson Wink already, that I was already accepted. So that's how I knew that Jackson Wink was going to be my home.
I saw a video on Facebook with the Shermanator and Diego Sanchez where they did the special event where Shermanator got to go in the cage and fight with Diego Sanchez a little bit. I saw that video and I was like, wow, that'd be cool. I think I can do that. So I actually reached out to them on Facebook first, and then they were like, send us an email about you, and here I am. Like, I found that one of those moments in life to where like it just fell into place. I'll do this as long as it takes, as long as I can do it. One of the goals that I would like to see accomplished is more people with disabilities involved, maybe going on a national level. As a person with a disability, I know there's a bunch of kids out there that see stuff on TV or, they watch MMA or boxing and they're just like, I want to do that. I know there's a bunch of them out there. Yeah, maybe they don't have the confidence to do it or a place to go.
In terms of specifics, I just want people to know that this is a program that's meant to build confidence and teach some basic self-defense skills. I want to change the perception of MMA as being, all about violence. There are so many other aspects or traits that the sport can bring to people.
Because there is so many people that inspire me here, all the way down from the cleaning person, the janitor, all the way up to the professional fighters. So it ranges like this. Once you walk through these doors, it's like a whole different vibe.
I would love to grow the program. It's a process because of funding. We always have to make sure that we're not exceeding our funds. We want to be able to pay our coaches and buy the kids gear and keep the program free to the students. So the fitness event that Holly did for the adaptive program was her idea. I was completely but wonderfully caught off guard, and she just said, "Hey, I want to do something for you guys before I get into fight camp." And so it was her idea to have an event. We just kind of took care of the logistics of getting people registered and that sort of thing. When we first started the program, we didn't necessarily expect Holly Holm to be involved or do anything for the program. It's just sort of worked out that way, and it's been wonderful. We have a handful of athletes here that have stepped up and they want to be part of it, and she's one of them. And we certainly love the energy that she brings and the passion when she is involved. And people, they love Holly, they gravitate towards her, and I think it's just the perfect combination of things when we bring her into the mix. So people can visit IncredABLE, that's with an A, IncredABLE, IncredABLEMMA.org. And on that website, there's information about us, there's volunteer applications, there's applications for students, and a description of what we do.
Again, this morning I sent him, his wife, and Dr. Anita, which is our nutritionist. Mm-hmm. And I'll read it to you so that you can understand. Because these people, I want them to understand what they have done for me. Because like I said, before I came out here, I was somewhat of a dark place. Mm-hmm. But when I came out here, they kind of taught me how to love again. So they're kind of raising me again, and they don't know it. But I want them to know that they're doing it, because without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at mentally today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, hey, good morning, Coach. Good morning. Hey, just want you to know, thanks to you, Coach, and Dr. Anita, I don't think you guys know, but you guys have taught me how to love again. Very grateful for you guys. Today has been 10 years being out of prison. Just want to say thank you for everything and looking forward to making a difference. Just thought to say thank you for the trust and faith you have in me, and I won't let you guys down. 10-year anniversary being a free man. Thank you. I texted him that this morning. Because sometimes I don't feel like people actually know the impact they're making on someone. And for me, coming from a dark place, already dealing with some back home, to coming over here, to actually never having that at all, always having one choice, in which was to be strong my whole life, to coming into that, to being somewhat nurtured, them not realizing that they're doing that. I know that they're doing that, you know what I mean? Because I can identify with it, you know what I'm saying? So that to me is like, that's love, B. That's everything. And one of the things that I posted this today on the gram, people don't understand, is that I try to, you know, you never know how strong you are until strong is the only choice you have.